Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? This is Cballusaf, aka Chris, and today I'm going to be bringing you part 5 of my series breaking down Black Ops 2 and giving you guys all the info you need to know for when it comes out on Monday night. So, without further ado, let's jump on in to the assault rifles, which is what we are going to be covering today. First up, we got the AN-94, and this is a fully automatic assault rifle, and it's kind of got a unique firing characteristic, and that is that the first two shots that you fire come out with a slightly faster fire rate. This could be very useful for those who are able to burst fire, because then you can keep up that faster firing rate that you get with the first two shots while also keeping down recoil. So that could be a very good gun for those people who know how to use it. And next up we got the Type 25, and this is a fully automatic, low recoil, very good assault rifle. Look for this one to be one of the better assault rifles in the game. Next up we got the Scar H, and this is fully automatic with high damage and a slower fire rate. It looks very similar to the Scar H that we saw in Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2, which for those of you like me who loved that gun, that's good news to hear. And next up we got the M27, and this is a fully automatic assault rifle. It's got medium damage and a slightly higher than average fire rate. This one looks like it could be decent, but not really the best gun in the game. And last of the fully automatic assault rifles is the MTAR. This one's got a medium fire rate and damage and not too much recoil. And for those of you who loved the TAR in Modern Warfare 2, this gun looks pretty similar to that, so I'm really excited to try out that gun. Next up we got the assault rifles that aren't fully automatic, and the first one of those is the M8A1, and this one's got a 4-round burst, which we have never seen before in Call of Duty. We've only seen 3-round bursts before in Call of Duty, so that'll be kind of interesting. It looks to be the best of the burst firing guns in Black Ops 2, and it's got medium damage with very low recoil, obviously seeing as it is a burst fire gun. Next up we got the SIG 556, and this is a 3-round burst assault rifle. Looks to be pretty good if you're good with burst fire guns. And next up we got the 3 single shot weapons that are going to be available in Black Ops 2. First one is the SMR, and this gun's got a lower fire rate, but it has higher damage to make up for that lower fire rate. And you do have the ability to turn this into a fully automatic gun if you use the select fire attachment, so that could be pretty dang good, having the high damage with fully automatic capabilities, so that should be pretty good. And the next semi-auto assault rifle kind of is a little bit different than the SMR. It's got a higher fire rate with less damage, so you kind of got to choose between the two, whether you'd rather have a higher fire rate with lower damage or a lower fire rate with higher damage. For me, I think I'm going to prefer the higher fire rate with low damage, but I guess it just depends on your personal preference. And the last assault rifle in Black Ops 2 is going to be the FAL OSW. And again, this is a semi-automatic assault rifle. It's got pretty high damage, and this is the British version of the FAL that we have seen in previous Call of Duties. And I've always loved the FAL in previous CODs, so I'm expecting the same from this gun. And next up we got the attachments that we are going to have available to us for the assault rifles in Black Ops 2. First up we got the reflex sight, and this pretty much just acts like the red dot sight, so as always this is going to be a pretty popular attachment. Next up we got quick draw, which makes you ADS faster, and this should be a very great attachment if you're looking to have a really useful fast gun. And next up we got the suppressor. Nothing new here, just keeps you off the mini-map while firing. Next up we got the ACOG sight, and as is typical in previous Call of Duty games, this probably won't be that popular of an attachment on assault rifles. It kind of zooms in a little bit too much and emphasizes the recoil more than you'd like. Next up we got the foregrip, and what this does is it reduces your recoil, so look for this to be a very popular attachment for the higher recoil assault rifles. And next up we got the select fire attachment, and there's a lot of people who are very excited about this attachment. Pretty much what this does is it lets you change the fully automatic guns to burst fire, and then the burst fire guns to fully automatic. And like I said, there's a lot of people really excited for this attachment, and for the fully autos at least, I'm not too excited for this just because I can burst fire on my own, and I'd rather not waste an attachment on something that I can do myself. However, for the burst fire guns or the semi-automatic guns, this should be a pretty popular and useful attachment. Being able to turn your previously burst fire semi-automatic gun fully auto, so that should be pretty good for those guns. And next up we got the adjustable stock, and this again is going to be a very good attachment for those of you who want to just run and gun and just be a really fast player with really good gun skills. And next up we got the laser sight, and this just creates a tighter hipfire spread. Looks like a good attachment, however compared to some of the other attachments that are going to be available, I don't think it's going to be the best attachment. And FMJ is next, and again this looks like a good attachment, however I think it'll just be overmatched by some of the other attachments available. Next up we got Fast Mag, which is Black Ops 2 version of Sleight of Hand, and as is the case with Sleight of Hand in every other Call of Duty, this should be a pretty popular attachment, especially for those of you who are going to be playing near the objective and other situations where you're going to be having to get in a lot of gunfights in rapid succession. Next up we got the target finder, and this could be a very helpful optical attachment. Pretty much what it does is it just highlights enemies with a red box, kind of like when you're using kill streaks in previous Call of Duties. And while it is helpful for spotting enemies, it also could be not the best optical choice for you, simply because it's very obstructive and it zooms in a little bit more than the reflex sight. Next up we got the extended clip, which again this is going to be a very popular attachment in my opinion. Just increases the number of bullets in your magazine, and I'm kind of interested to see if it acts like Modern Warfare 3, where it also increases the total number of bullets that you're carrying when you spawn in, because that could make it an even better attachment. Next up we got the hybrid optic, and I'm kind of interested to see how good this thing is, because I didn't really like it in Modern Warfare 3. I thought it was a great idea, and I was glad to see Modern Warfare 3 try something new. However, I didn't think it was that good of an attachment. Next up we got the grenade launcher, and new tubes aren't going to be that powerful in this game, and with all the other useful attachments that are going to be available to the assault rifles, don't expect to see too much of the new tubes, thank goodness, in this game. And last up we got the millimeter scanner, and I think this is going to be the best optical attachment available, because it looks very similar to the reflex sight. However, it's got something the reflex sight doesn't have, and that is the ability to see stationary targets through walls, because it sends out a little bit of a wave, and targets who are within, I think it's like 25-30 meters of you, who aren't moving behind a wall, will show up on your sight, and that's going to be a great tool, because then you can get the clearness of the reflex sight while also having the ability to see people through walls, so that should be pretty good. And yeah, so those are all the assault rifles and the attachments available to them in Black Ops 2, and I am really excited for Black Ops 2. And if you guys got any feedback or comments or just opinions on anything I talked about in this video, let me know down below in the comment section. I respond to every comment, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a nice day.